Good morning to all. Today we have an structure of solar network in which we started the second one unit, nothing but orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. So orthogonal frequency division multiplexing is abbreviated as OFDM. Orthogonal frequency division multiplexing will be abbreviated as OFDM, in which we are justly introducing what is meant by OFDM. Introduction of the OFDM. So orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. As we are discussing different types of the parameter in the last lecture, the lecture is nothing but that different frequency division technique. So we are having CDMA, FDMA. These are the different techniques. Among that, this is also one of the technique of the division multiplexing called as the OFDM. So what happened in case of the OFDM? Why we have to use the OFDM? As these such type of the techniques of frequency division multiplexing will be have some part of the limitation over the data rate for which we are developed a technique. The technique is called as the orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. In such type of the technique, mostly we are using the technology. The technology is nothing but the 4G. The technology is nothing but the 4G type of the technology is used, and in this 4G type of the technology, mostly we are using the LTE. In which we are using the LTE. LTE stands for the long-term evolution. LTE stands for the long-term evolution. Nowadays, this technique will be mostly used in a mobile communication. The technique is mostly used in a wireless type of the mobile communication. Also, the such type of the orthogonal frequency division multiplexing will be used in WiMAX. It's used in a WiMAX. Already we know some part is nothing but the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. Fi stands for the fidelity. Y stands for the wireless. Wireless fidelity is there. That wireless fidelity is the advanced version is nothing but the WiMAX. We will study the model of WiMAX in the same lectures. Okay, so these are the two examples of orthogonal frequency division multiplexing used in the wireless communication. Okay, so what the advantage over the previous type of the technique of CDMA, CDMA, a lot of techniques are there. Amongst this OFDM is nothing but the data rate. We are obtaining a very high data rate. We are obtaining a very high rate of data, which can be excess of 100 Mbps. म्हणजे काय? That means we are having greater than that of the 100 Mbps of the data will be appear in such type of the case. This such type of the WiMAX or such type of the communication will be used in a wireless mobile communication. We can say the second is the different types of the microwave communication or optical communication, wireless, microwave, or the optical type of the communication. A such type of the higher data rate called as the 100 type of the Mbps will be needed. Called as the higher amount of the data rate will be needed. Then second is the thing that the motivation and multi-carrier basis. Second is the thing that the motivation and multi-carrier basis. Multi-carrier basics. Okay, so what is meant by a multi-carrier? Multi-carrier stands for the more than two signals in a single wave. More than wave, more than two signals in a single wave, so called as a multi-carrier. Multiple type of the carriers are to be used. Okay, multiple type of the carriers are to be used. As you are studying in different types of the communication system, in which you are taking a single carrier. You are taking the single carrier. Say the example is AM, FM, amplitude modulation, and the frequency modulation, in which the carrier we are taken is a single carrier. The carrier we are taken is a single carrier. Only the change in amplitude and the frequency according to the name of your amplitude modulation and the frequency modulation. But here what we are taking? We are taking the number of carriers when transmitting our information symbol. When transmitting our information symbol. That means what? At the time of transmitting your information, we are adding two or more type of the carrier in the same symbol or in the same information signal, and then we are going to be transfer the information, so that the more data is to be over here, but our already we are using a system such that we are transferring excess amount of the data, say as 100 Mbps as discussed previously. Then second thing is that as we are taking more and more amount of the carriers, the bandwidth of the system is going to be increases. The bandwidth of the system is going to be increases. What do you mean by bandwidth? Bandwidth is nothing but the difference between the two frequencies, so called as the upper frequency and lower frequency. Simply we are saying that the bandwidth is nothing but F2 minus F1. That means upper frequency minus lower frequency, and that frequency will be generally measured in terms of the hertz. Generally is measured in terms of the hertz. And bandwidth will generally be denoted by a notation called as the W. Called as the W. That means W is equal to F2 minus F1 is nothing but the bandwidth of the any of the system. Then we are transmitting a signal. The signal is in terms of the wave. Again, we are having the wave. Then we are calling as a time period. As we are known that time period is nothing but reciprocal of frequency. Time period is nothing but a reciprocal of frequency. Here the frequency is 2 WU. So the time is given as 1 upon B. T is equal to 1 upon B. Here B is nothing but a bandwidth. Bandwidth is nothing but a difference of the frequency. Bandwidth is nothing but a difference of the frequency. So we are taking as T is equal to 1 upon B. But at the same time, we are taking the number of data. So forming the different data in terms of the symbols. As we are studying sampling theorem. What sampling theorem states that sampling frequency is greater than equal to 2W. Sampling frequency is greater than equal to 2W. That means what? We are forming samples. We are forming the different types of the samples. The same samples we are transferred with the help of the transmitter. But the sample transfer in a particular manner called as a data rate. So the rate of transmitting of the same symbol, is nothing but that 1 divided by bandwidth. 1 divided by bandwidth. So the reciprocal of the same is nothing but a B. That means the rate of the sample signals that are transmitted over the transmitter is equals to the bandwidth of the original signal, and that bandwidth is nothing but a baseband signal bandwidth. That bandwidth is of baseband signal bandwidth. Bandwidth is nothing but a baseband signal bandwidth. Then second thing is that the obtained signal are in terms of the samples. So we are calling as sample 0, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3 until we are obtaining the number of cycles. But the total cycle given for the signal is nothing but a T. but cycle given for the total sample signal, original signal is given as a t. So we are obtaining these different types of the sample in between 0 to t, in between that 0 to t. So the representation for obtaining the symbol 0, obtaining for the symbol 0 is equals to 0 less than equal to t less than equal to t. Okay, here we are known that the t is nothing but the total time period of your cycle. Okay, this is nothing but that time period. Okay, and this is nothing but the sample the time of the individual symbols. Sample the time of the individual symbols. That means we are taking the number of symbols in between that 0 to t, in between that 0 to t. According to that, we will take the different types of the symbols for sample one and so on. Symbol for sample one is nothing but 0 less than equal to t less than equal to 2t and so on. And so on. We are taking the number of samples. We are taking the number of samples. We will know afterwards how much amount of the samples that we are going to be taken by the systems. Okay. Until that you are understand. Okay. So we will move towards the forward. Forward is nothing but that how much amount of the bandwidth or the data is to be taken in the system. Okay, so as we are known that the information signal is to be sampled. Information signal is to be sampled. Suppose we are taking a simple diagrammatic representation of a multi-carrier in which we are taking as a axis, in which that axis should be taken with the help of the different samples. Okay, with the help of the different samples. Okay. Then these samples are to be given in terms of the frequency, and we are measuring the time in the reciprocal of the frequency in terms of the bandwidth. Okay. Then next is that we are having the original signal and the sample input impulse of train will be combined with the same signal to form the discrete type of the signal. That discrete signal is in terms of the orthogonal frequency, in terms of the orthogonal frequency. So we are taking the number of type of the subcarrier. For the sake of convenience, we will take 2 to 3 type of the symbol. For the sake of convenience, we are taking the 2 to 3 types of 2 to 3 symbols from each of the side of axis. Okay. Then next, what we are having the different types of the bandwidth given for the symbol in terms of, and if we are taking the n type of the symbol or n number of the symbols, then how the bandwidth is to be given. How the bandwidth is to be given. So suppose this is nothing but positive axis, this is nothing but a negative axis. So we are taking b divided by n over here. Here same minus b divided by minus b divided by n. Then here 2b divided by n minus 2b divided by n, and so on. We are taking that n by 2 b divided by n. Okay, n by 2 n by 2 b divided by n. Okay, then in negative cycle this is n by 2 minus 1 b divided by n. N minus 2 divided, n divided by 2 minus 1. This is like minus. This is minus. Why we are taking n minus 2 minus 1? Because in minus we are less than that of the 1. In minus we are less than that of the 1. So we are taking n by 2 minus 1. N by 2 minus 1 we are taking for the sampled signals. For the sampled signals. Okay. The next is that this is nothing but the concept of your multi-carrier. This is nothing but the concept of your multi-carrier. Okay. Then what is the bandwidth required for the total transmission of the data? What is the bandwidth required for the total transmission of the data? In which we are calling as these are the n number of subcarriers. These are the n number of subcarriers. These are the n number of subcarriers. So we are placing the name for the same. These are the n number of subcarriers in which we are having the different types of bands formed in between that two subcarriers. The name of the band is subcarrier band. The name of the band is subcarrier band. What is the bandwidth of the subcarrier band? As the samples are equally placed, the bandwidth of the same band is equal to b divided by n. Is equal to b divided by n. Is equal to b divided by n is nothing but a bandwidth given for the structure. Then this is nothing but the different types of the band sample signals which are segregated by some type of the band, and for start to the end, this is nothing but the total bandwidth. This is nothing but a total bandwidth given for the system. This is nothing but a total bandwidth given for the system. For any instant of time, say called as Fi. Say called as Fi. I is nothing but any subcarrier center frequency. This subcarrier center frequency will be given is in terms of the ith carrier. The formula is called as Fi is equal to I b divided by n. B divided by n is nothing but a formula for the ith carrier taken for the multi-carrier type of the system. Then second thing is that the value of this ith carrier in the diagrammatic representation lies in between the minus n by 2 minus 1 less than equal to I less than equal to n by 2. That means what? The value should be n by 2 minus 1 less than equal to I less than equal to n by 2. Okay, this is the range. For which this formula should be validated. Okay, until that we are taking the brief introductory part of the So in such type of the system, as we are taking the band required for the system in the converter, Fi equal to I b divided by n, and the range for which it is to be computed. Then is that the sample signal at the I structure. The sample signal at the I structure is given as xi e to the power j 2 pi fi into t. 2 pi fi into t is nothing but a value for your structure. But according to our formula that we have previously taken, the formula is that fi equal to I b divided by n. So we have the value of this fi from this here. The value of this Fi by putting that the equation will be as j 2 pi I b divided by n into t is nothing but the samples that we are going to be required for the any of the multi-carrier system. That is nothing but the samples at any instant of time. This number of samples are to be included. This is nothing but the introduction to your multi-carrier system in a orthogonal frequency domain. So we'll stop over here. Okay.